was released after spending 7 months in prison. The Macomb Daily says Smith was released last week under the Federal CARES Act. While his case was ongoing in federal court, Smith got COVID and spent time in the hospital. While the federal case is over, Smith is facing a mid-May trial in Macomb County Circuit Court on racketeering, embezzlement, and other charges related to the misuse of campaign money. It calls it a great honor. Congressman Sri Tanadar, who represents people in Detroit and the downriver suburbs, will attend his first ever State of the Union address this evening. He says being able to attend the address will be a humbling moment.
This is an exciting time. I watched this address given by many different presidents, over last 40-some years. And what an honor for an immigrant like me to be in that house seeing the president live. This is, I feel tremendously honored, and what a great country. Only in America I could have done this.
House Speaker Joe Tate will be Tanadar's guest for the speech, which takes place at 9 p.m. Mackinac Island is once again in the running to be named the best island in the continental U.S. Mackinac took home the award last year based on a poll of Travel and Leisure magazine readers. Readers gave Mackinac the honor based on activities, things to see, natural spaces, food, and hotels. The magazine also pointed out the several golf courses on the island, including one on a battlefield where the British captured the island from the U.S. in the war of 1812. 4 hotels, including the Grand Hotel, are also in the running to be named this year's best. WSGW News Time 9.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Rain in the area early today, otherwise cloudy. Highs top out near 44 degrees. Breezy winds turn to the west, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. Tonight, some cloudiness can linger early. Lows drop to 29. Winds remain west, 5 to 15. Higher gusts remain possible as well. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Highs approach 41. Winds southwest, 5 to 10. And then Wednesday night, it becomes mostly cloudy. Rain develops or builds into the area after midnight, and lows fall back to 32. Let's go with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now, it's 37.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
And a good morning to you. And indeed, our program sponsored by Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw. See their newly expanded showroom and pick up everything you need for home decorating at Westside Decorating Center. We'll take a little trip over to the garden spot of Saginaw County in MidMichigan, and number one tourist attraction in the state. And that, of course, is Frankenmuth, where we say good morning to its city manager, Bridget Smith. Good morning, Bridget.
Good morning.
Whoops, just a minute here. I forgot to do something so everybody can hear you, including me. Now we can do it. Good morning to you again.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Hope you are too. Well, you got through Snowfest. How was it in terms of crowds and everything?
It was very good. And, the snow came right on schedule.
Yeah. Well, actually, a couple of weeks late with the cold weather, but it was a pretty good event. Had some great entertainment and some great ice carving out there.
Yes. Yeah, we were very fortunate.
So, as an estimate, how many people does something like that bring into town?
Oh, I would say it ranks up there with some of our bigger festivals like AutoFest. So easily, 100,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of people in that little town, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. But it's continuous, isn't it? I mean, there's almost something every weekend at Frankenmuth.
There is. We have a little lull, maybe between New Year's Eve and Snowfest, and then a little lull right now, and then it picks back up.
Having a town like that is its primary existence used to be agriculture, but its primary existence now is tourism. How does that impact the city as opposed to any other town that doesn't have that kind of tourism?
Well, that could be a whole separate show. I would say we have to be very mindful of balancing the needs of residents against, the essential services we have to provide when our town swells to 50,000, 100,000 people.
A lot of that has to do with keeping people safe.
Yes.
Law enforcement, because for a town your size, you actually have a fairly substantial police department, don't you? Both regular and reserve.
Yes. When you consider our reserve officers, absolutely. And we put a lot of emphasis on finding police officers that are not only, skilled and technically competent, but meet the type of officer we want to represent Frankenmuth.
So what's new in town? What's coming up?
Well, it's our first restaurant week. So the Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau and Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring a restaurant week where you have different specials this week through town, and you can get a passport. It's kind of exciting, something new to try. So I'm anxious to try it out this evening. We are busy doing things that a lot of times the winter weather would prevent us from. So it's not a very sexy maintenance thing that we do, but we systematically flush our sewers in sections of town at a time. So we're out doing that.
Everybody forgets Frankenmuth is more than a tourist town. It's a place where people live, and it has services and utilities and all of those things that have to be taken care of on a regular basis.
Right. And this would be my reminder to everyone that just because a wipe says that it's flushable, it doesn't really mean that you should flush
it. Yeah. Oh, have I heard that before? Yes, indeed. Let's talk about the financial health of the town. How is it?
It's good. We're very blessed in that we have a robust business district, but also a really strong residential market. So it helps buoy us across times like COVID and when potential commercial markets would take more of a hit. We have always traditionally had a really strong residential base. And then we have a number of quiet job producers like Frankenmuth Insurance, Star of the West, Frankenmuth Credit Union, that are integrally important to the city, but not as visible as some of our tourist destinations.
Bridget, let's talk about Bridget for a minute. Where are you from originally?
Well, I grew up in the city of Saginaw, and then I moved to Frankenmuth when I was a sophomore in high school.
So you've been there most of your life.
Yes.
What got you into city management?
Actually, I wanted to be a journalist, and I went to Central Michigan University, fire up chips. But I came to appreciate that I was, at least at that time, a little too opinionated to be a journalist.
Would have fit right in today.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And so I worked. My very first professional job was at the Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, and then from there I ended up at Spicer Group doing community planning.
And from there,
Saginaw Township, and then the city of Frankenmuth.
You like it?
It's the most fun I've had and gotten paid at the same time.
That's a good point. Very, 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 very good point. If you were to tell somebody they should consider living in Frankenmuth, what would it be?
It is small town enough that You get to know your neighbors and the people at the post office, but large enough and diverse enough that you won't get bored.
Yeah, there's enough to do. That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, I'll give you the last word on anything you need to tell people about Frankenmuth coming up in the very near future.
Well, I do want to take the opportunity. I think the last time we chatted, I shared that we had a big fundraising drive for city beautification.
Yes.
And that was wildly successful. We had a private donor who was willing to match every donation, and we raised nearly $116,000.
Wow.
But the best part of it is the private donor was so impressed at the grassroots effort that they more than doubled their match and contributed $485,000.
Very good. Well, we will talk to you again in the very near future, Bridget. Thanks for being with us.
It was great to see you.
Good to see you too. Bye-bye now. Bridget Smith, City Manager of the City of Frankenmuth. We will take a break and we will be back with more.
And our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
Carl came in on Monday upset because his truck needed more repairs. I completely understand because that's his livelihood. He was ready for something new. So I took him in my office right away and I was able to approve him for an auto loan. He was very happy to be able to leave with that check in his hand to go pick up his vehicle. He even came back a few hours later just to thank me and show me his new truck. I love being able to turn around someone's day.
Knowing members by name, going the extra mile to help them save money, understanding when they really need help. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328 or cu.org or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you, always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
What's the most important part of a retirement plan?
Income is king because we only need income. And if you don't have an income plan, you don't have a retirement plan.
That's Kevin Ray, financial coach at Insight Folios. Kevin tells his listeners every week about the importance of income planning, minimizing taxes, and strategies to lead a worry-free retirement. Learn all about that and get your own complimentary financial review by calling 8-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out all of our half-off deals going on right now from Applied Training Solutions, Daylight Outfitters, Super Cute, Salon Blue, the Bubble Tea Brewhouse, and Style Encore. All of these deals are half off. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now and snag your deal before they sell out. RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
BP slowing its switch to lower carbon energy. The company announcing it will cut oil and gas production at a slower rate than previously targeted. That's after seeing record profit last year. BP says it now aims to reduce fossil fuel production by 2030 by 25% compared to 2019 levels. Its previous aim was to cut that output by 40%. A better-than-expected earnings report for DuPont, posting fourth-quarter revenue of $3.1 billion, surpassing street forecasts. Royal Caribbean reporting a fourth-quarter loss, but providing an upbeat full-year outlook. Significant increase in bookings exceeding pre-pandemic levels. And Facebook parent Meta is revamping its fledgling Horizon Worlds metaverse app by opening it up to teens aged 13 to 17 as it looks to improve user retention with a younger generation. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Matt Napolitano, invested in you.
It's Jesse Kelly here. I can't afford to lose 30% of my 401k or IRA again, and I'm assuming you can't either. Call Oxford Gold. Securing with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today to learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan. 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD.
Direct from Las Vegas. Oh, what a night. 4 exciting entertainers performing live. That feel good. Oh, what a night. An incredible tribute to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Oh, what a night. Wednesday, March 8th, 7 p.m. Red Room at the Dow Event Center, Saginaw. Get your tickets now.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
The WSGW Morning Team.
WSW Online poll, the gun reforms in Michigan. In Governor Whitmer's recent State of the State address, she did outline the policies regarding firearms. The governor said lawmakers should enact universal background check requirements for people who want to buy firearms. Wants to create a safe storage standard for guns at home. Risk protection orders, the red flag laws. The governor said,
and I want to be very clear, I'm not talking about law-abiding citizens, hunters, and responsible gun owners from both sides of the aisle. No, we need to get these common sense safety proposals across the finish line.
Poll question for you is this: what gun reforms would you support or not support? Your answer choices are based on the 3 proposals that the governor referenced. And we've given you a chance to say you support them all, or you don't support any, or a vote by going to WSW.com and scroll down the homepage and find the poll box.
Your morning team, Charlie, Denise, and Pat, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
On the next Markley, Van Camp, and Robin show, the White House says you just don't understand how great the economy is. Has anybody been to the grocery store?
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. Yesterday we were talking about the balloon that China flew over the United States and got shot down. And I mentioned of the fact that there were some allegations that it had happened several times during the Trump administration. And things came pretty unglued after that, not on the show, but overall. There are a lot of denials from some of the representatives of the Trump administration that it ever happened. Yet today there was a story from some in the Pentagon that there have been balloon incursions, but some of them have gone undetected until after it was over, too late, so to speak, and that they did happen during the Trump administration. So I'm just going to leave it there. You decide for yourself whether it happened or not, because we're getting it from both sides. I know that folks from the right and who are big supporters of Trump will swear that it never happened. Maybe they're right. But yet we're hearing from military officials that they're pretty sure it did happen. So, where is it? Who knows? I think what we need to deal with today is how this balloon incident was handled and what it will do to relations with China. There are open doors of communications. Let's understand that even though we look at China as, our number one enemy, if you will, both financially and militarily, there are military channels of communication open that they use all the time. There are diplomatic channels of communication they use all the time. A lot of times, all you hear in the news is the publicity they want you to hear from one side or the other, what they want to promote. But the reality is that for each country's survival, they have to talk to each other. and avoid miscommunications and missteps. I think what we should concentrate on this time is how this incident was handled and what it bodes for the future. I would have shot it down, probably over Alaska, since that's the United States, and its incursion began there in the United States, and you wouldn't have had to worry about a lot of people, and sent a strong message that it's not okay, China, to overfly our territory. It's just not okay. And China's watching. The world is watching how we responded. Gee, we shot it down after it flew over all of our military installations and the entire country. Then we shot it down off the coast of Carolina. I think we should have shot it down a lot earlier than that. But I'm not the military strategist. I'm just an opinion maker. Let's talk to Richard in Saginaw. Richard, good morning.
Good morning. If I may switch topics on you.
You may.
Did you read in the Saginaw News on Sunday about Delta College wanting to change the name of the school from the Pioneers to something else because they say Pioneers is not inclusive?
Yeah.
And I thought that's kind of ridiculous. In my opinion, the word pioneer means way more than a person in a covered wagon. I mean, in my opinion, the Apollo astronauts were pioneers. Enrico Fermi was a pioneer in early nuclear power. It's way more. Means somebody on the cutting edge.
I fully agree. I don't think it should be changed. It's well established. And I think it's a good name. They're pioneers in education. They ought to stay that way.
I agree.
I understand.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I understand some. I'm making some assumptions here, but I'm understanding why it may happen, because the new president of the college is very much into inclusion. It is one of his strong beliefs. So I'm not surprised, but I'm not sure it'll happen.
Okay. An article that he's listening to the public's viewpoint, so I would encourage people to call him up and give their viewpoint.
Good idea, Richard. That's the way you do it.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Take care. Bye-bye now. Mike is in Shields. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
I had to turn the radio off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I want to talk to you about the balloon flight. In my opinion, kind of stupid what they did. They claim, they were worried about debris falling on people or whatever. And the problem is that it went across the expanse. If anybody's been out west, Montana, Wyoming, out that way, there's 50 miles between houses in some places around there. And around the military bases, there's probably quite a bit of open area. They could have been, shot down then. It's going to get damaged when it hits the ground, but it also gets damaged when it hits the water, probably just as hard. So in my estimation, it's a crock when he said, the Pentagon told him not to do it, so he didn't do it. The president has the final say. They can't override the president. If he said shoot it down, they would have had to shoot it down.
Well, apparently what he told him, and again, we weren't there. I didn't hear it word for word, but what I'm gathering is that his instructions were on that Wednesday to shoot it down when it's safe.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
So,
but it surely would have been safe over, the plains area, which it did fly over. I saw the track of it, when it went across the military bases there. And there's a lot of expanse between there. And no major cities or anything. And they could, planes can, hit it on a dime. You know, I mean, they could hit it exactly when they wanted to and drop it at exactly where they wanted to drop it. And it doesn't drift when it's hit like that, especially when you got, 2 or 3 bus worth of weight. It's going to drop down. It isn't going to go drifting very far. So, and the military base, even if it landed on a military base, just tell us to get out of the way.
Yep. All right.
I just don't like what's happening to our country. I just hate it. Okay. Anyway,
all right.
Good talking to you.
Good enough. Thanks. Bye now. So let's go back for a minute to what I mentioned about the previous incursions of balloons. This information came from the Defense Department and the NORAD commander, General Glenn Van Herk. The Defense Department has acknowledged that the craft shot down Saturday off South Carolina coast is not the only one, but it marked the 5th time in recent years that Beijing has breached the nation's airspace using these balloons. NORAD did not detect those balloons, but the intelligence community made them aware of the balloons. And that woke up NORAD to figure out how they would detect these things coming across our territory. According to the intelligence agencies, dating back to Donald Trump's presidency, there had been similar breaches near Texas, Florida, Hawaii, and Guam, all detected by the intelligence community, as opposed to NORAD, who should have been the ones detecting them right away. Let's talk to Terry in Bay City. Terry, good morning.
Yeah, I was listening to some military guy on the radio this morning on why they shot it down with a missile, and they said that it was not to do it. Canada showed us not to do that because one went over their territory, and it took like about 1,000 shots to holes in it to bring it down.
Oh, using a regular,
just gun or whatever.
Right, yeah, they're 50 cal or whatever they got mounted in them.
Yeah. And the other thing is they also said they didn't shoot it down over know if there was any sort of nuclear propulsion on it or anything, and they didn't want to spread radioactive stuff around.
Yeah. Well,
that's 2 things he said.
Yep, interesting. I mean, we're going to hear all kinds of stories now. It's, one says this, the other says that, and who knows?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they actually find.
Also, they shot it down with an F-22, I believe.
Yeah.
And they were talking why they use that. And they had these flying by it all the way across, to track it and everything. And they can block transmission of any signal from it. And they said what they're sending, but block it so it didn't go out.
Yeah, well, the other reason
collecting what it was sending.
Yeah, the other reason
it couldn't send any messages.
Yeah, the other reason they use the F-22 is it's one of the few aircraft that can get up to that kind of altitude.
Oh yeah,
the F-22 they shot from 58,000 feet to the balloon, which was about 60. So that's the main, that and jamming capabilities. They had said early on that they had methods to disable the communications.
Right.
So, but still.
So, and they also it's got equipment on it to receive the communication sending, and so we're getting what it's sending, but nobody else can.
We'll find out when they pull it up if they find it. I'm sure they will.
If they tell us, but if they tell us in 50 years,
yeah. All right, good enough. Thanks, Terry.
Right,
take care. Bye now. And that opens the lines for you. Let me take a moment to talk to you about my friends at McDonald Ford in Freeland, because they're not just a Ford dealer. They have wonderful pre-owned inventory. I'm driving a pre-owned vehicle from them now. It's a 2019 Chevy Z71 Trail Boss pickup, crew cab, and it's a great truck. and it's been through their 100-point inspection. So if there were any problems with it, they would fix it because they have an extensive service department, both minor and major repairs. If you have a fender bender, they have the Drive Collision Center to do any kind of body work need, and they take all insurances. They have the quick lane change, quick change lane for your oil changes. They've got it all at McDonald Ford. And most of all, they're a family. They're good people, and they love taking care of their customers. And they take care of their community, because recently they paid off a book debt for the Freeland High School Library. Paid it off. That's being a good corporate citizen. They not only work in that town, but they support Freeland and the surrounding area. McDonald Ford, 6790 M47 in Freeland. Stop in, visit them, take a look at their pre-owned inventory, take a look at their new inventory, and I know you will be satisfied sitting down and talking to one of their representatives and becoming a part of the McDonald family. I've known that family for over 40 years. It's where I buy my cars, and you should too. McDonald Ford. We'll be back. Lines open for you.
Finding great candidates, though. Well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Smartest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's Identify. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentation, folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back via store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/25. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
You are with WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Back to our phones. Errol, good morning. Errol in Saginaw. Good morning. Good morning.
They shouldn't have any trouble finding this thing. It's only sitting in 47 feet of water. I think they've recovered a good majority of it already.
Yeah, it's in 47 feet of water, but it's spread out over, I think I heard 15 football fields long and 15 football fields,
like that.
7-mile radius, something like that.
Yeah, they've recovered a lot of it. The other thing, I was just talking to some friends of mine up there where the moose is at, and she said, "Oh, I just got my family allowance check." And I said, "You mean that's still going on? Are you familiar with that, Art?"
What's it called?
Family allowance.
Family allowance check?
As long as, yeah, ever since I was born up there with the moose, families get so much a month for every child I have until they're 18 years old. And they get a check once a month.
Really?
Everyone in Canada, yeah. That way you don't have any trouble feeding your kids. And because I can remember my mother and father, they were glad to see the family allowance check come once a month because it allowed them to buy some groceries and that. But that's been going on for a good 70 years up there.
Wow.
Every family in Canada gets that check.
Huh. Nope, I was unfamiliar with it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how many kids you have. You get it until they're 18 years old. So
wow.
I throw that out just for a thought, sir.
All right. Good enough, Earl. Thanks.
Good talk to you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Mark in Coleman is up next. Mark, good morning. Mark, you there?
How are you?
Good.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Hey, I wanted to talk about the little balloon that flew around. On TikTok, I saw that being launched back in early January, late December. They had on TikTok 8 people holding that balloon. There was, I couldn't make out what the language was, but TikTok is a source where it just seems like I don't work for the intelligence agency, but if they did, they would have known about that back in late December, early January. Also, when people were protesting in front of the Supreme Court justices when Roe v. Wade, they showed on TikTok all the Supreme Court addresses. That's how all those people showed up. You could just screenshot their addresses. So I think the intelligence agency really needs to focus on just scrolling through TikTok.
Well, you don't know that they haven't, and you don't know that they're going to tell you they have. A picture on TikTok listen, Mark, a picture on TikTok of a balloon launching doesn't tell you that balloon is coming to the United States. They probably launch a lot of balloons.
But it's live stream. It wasn't a still picture. I
understand that. I understand that, but you don't know where that balloon's going. All you see is a balloon on the ground being held by people. How do you know where it's going?
Boy, it had everything on it that we shot down.
Yeah, they probably have a lot of those balloons, though. And who controls TikTok?
I don't know, to be honest with you. China.
Funny thing about that.
Yeah, but I was saying in the United States, though, Supreme Court justices, all their addresses got posted.
I understand that. That's one of the reasons that they don't.
That's in the United States.
It's one of the reasons that everybody's up in arms about TikTok.
Well, I'm just saying, and stuff like that, if you just watch TikTok, could be prevented, I think.
Well,
or at least shut down.
I think they ought to shut down TikTok.
Hey, how many on the speech tonight? How many geez are you going to say watching Biden give his speech tonight?
I don't know. He's been rehearsing for a couple of weeks, so who knows?
Again, on TikTok, they showed pictures of his speech that he's going to be giving tonight as well.
Yeah, how'd they do that?
I don't know, to be honest with you, but it shows it all marked up. And
well, somebody leaked it, didn't they?
Scrolling.
Either somebody leaked it or somebody faked it, one or the other.
Well, somebody took a picture of it and posted it. So
is it a real one?
I mean, it's marked up and it was in his pocket, folded sideways.
Is it
real? It wasn't the whole speech. It was in his pocket. I mean, it looked real. So I mean, there was nothing in there that was incriminating.
Yeah, no, I know, just don't believe everything you see anymore. Technology today is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, with AI, I agree.
Yeah. So, all right, good enough. Got to run.
Fair enough, sir.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. Gene, hang on. You'll be next right after these notes.
Join the parade to Mardi Gras Eagles Landing. Get into the New Orleans party spirit and you can win up to $1,000 cash. Fridays in February from 7 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Earn 1,000 points and play the Mardi Gras kiosk game to win premium play prizes. Then from 1 to 9 p.m., be there for hourly drawings to take home up to $1,000. So come out for Mardi Gras madness at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for The Macintoshes make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with The Macintoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is from the Highway Brewing Company in West Branch. You're going to get a $20 gift certificate for only $10. The Highway Brewing Company has 6 flagship brews and rotating seasonal offerings, all brewed on site. They also offer a carefully curated cocktail menu that highlights Michigan. Head over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, I'm not famous, but I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
Tune in live Tuesday night for full coverage of President Joe Biden's State of the Union address, along with the Republican response by Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Coverage starts at 9 p.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, back with you. Before we get back to our phones and Gene, I had a message on StreamYard from somebody saying Art would shoot down a balloon with a dirty bomb over Alaska, and that's idiotic. Well, what would you do? Allow the balloon to continue to fly and let the Chinese decide where to drop the dirty bomb? Which is more idiotic? Think about it. Gene is in Bay City. Gene, good morning.
Good morning. Got 3 things. I try to be quick.
Yeah, we only got a few minutes, so go ahead and be quick.
Yeah, I know. Being a pioneer seems like a good thing, but white people in from the Indians. Now, the Blackfeet, they ended up on a reservation, and by 1880, a quarter of them were dead from starvation. So then the next thing I want to talk about is the balloon. China's been stealing our technology for generations.
Absolutely.
If they can into the fairly shallow waters off of the Carolinas was the best place so that they could recover the technology to find out just how much they've been able to find out about us, and if there's something maybe we can use in our future. And you know, the thing, everything isn't told to the public. You know, there are a lot of things that the government has to keep confidential. And, you know, people are making judgments on things that are on the news, but there's a lot kept secret, because everything that blasts over the television and the internet and everything goes directly right to our enemies. So anyway, that's that. On the situation in Frankenmuth,
What situation?
I know you're good friends with a lot of them, but I had a friend, got a job near Frankenmuth. Him and his wife were like third generation, having come from Germany, and they thought it would be great to move to Frank. Well, he said that it was a big mistake because the founding families of Frankenmuth are treated like royalty, and newcomers are treated like second-class citizens, which is really bad in the schools. And I had worked with a lady that she married an American soldier. She was born in Germany. She married an American soldier back like 60 years ago, way back. And her that came from Germany have this little dinner club where once a month they go out to eat dinner. Well, when they hear of a new family coming from Germany moving in our area, they would invite the lady to join their little once a month dinner group. Well, she told me that they all said the same thing, that they regret moving to Frankenmuth because their children, especially in the schools, are not treated equally with the great grandchildren.
I'm gonna stop you there.
I've heard that from several different people.
And I've heard just the opposite from people who have moved there. So I think it's individuals. Everybody is different. But I know people who have moved there.
You know, your children are your most.
Yeah, I understand that, Gene, but I'm telling you, I know people that moved there who had just the opposite experience of what you're talking about. They love it.
Well, I know you're good friends with them
nothing
over
to do
the years,
with nothing to
but
do with
I mean,
that.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
All right, I'm telling you what I heard. So there we are.
And, well, thanks for letting me talk, and have a nice afternoon.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye now. Yeah, I mean, listen. What's it? There's a million stories out there. Well, not everybody is always treated to the same degree of respect, acceptance. Sometimes it's the person. You never know. But I know many people who have moved to Frankenmuth who absolutely love it and have been treated well. And there are probably those who haven't. I'm not denying what Gene says. I'm just saying there's two sides to every story. And I like to keep that in mind. It's not always one-sided. All right, we will be back to close out this hour after these notes.
Superior Insurance Group, Next Door Trader, and MDL Companies bring to you the second annual Rat Pack Gala. We invite you Saturday, February 18th to get your top. The classiest event of the year. Step back in time with the Summit Tribute Group, Deke's Paradise Casino, a 17-piece orchestra, and the Rat Pack. Enjoy an evening out with dinner, casino, and a show. This formal fundraiser will be one to remember. Entire ticket proceeds to benefit Leaders for America that focus on strengthening the leadership culture across the nation. Leaders for America will be investing in the young people in Bay County, creating a culture of personal and community growth. Dance the night away with Marilyn Monroe to the sounds of Sinatra, Martin, and Davis. Cash bar, casino, and dinner from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m., followed by the big show from 8 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Join the 18th for good food, great entertainment, and most important, a good cause. Visit theratpackgala.live for your tickets today.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Oh, here's my card.
I order takeout, here's my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off. Apply online and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 7.99% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money at a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 7.99% APR to 21.49% APR and includes 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
The WSGW Morning Tea.
Winter is finally arrived.
Yeah, how about that?
It took all of January, but this is what we wanted.
Well,
Who wanted this? Who?
I promise you there are
I was enjoying it.
There are many people who are just now, it's like finally they can do some stuff around here winter. They don't have to go north.
Denise, I was tired of looking at
That's true. Tired of looking at
mud
gray.
and just,
I know.
It was nice seeing my dog frolic in the snow in the backyard.
Is there any dog that doesn't like the snow?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
There are some.
But,
yes.
My dog laid out in the snow yesterday, and he's fairly big. And he was laying in that snow just like, I'm home.
Come on out and join me.
Yeah, no.
And Charlie, with the cold weather, you got your ice rink back, right?
Finally, been waiting for it. There's been a puddle of water for the past month.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat, your morning team. 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, that does it for hour number one of the Art Lewis Show. Coming up on hour number two, we're going to start out talking to someone from the YMCA of Saginaw about a veterans program coming up. All of that follows the news, which is next, and then we will be back with more.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSG Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The death toll now tops 5,000 from yesterday's powerful 7.8 earthquake along the Turkish-Syrian border. Search teams and emergency aid are pouring in from around the world as rescuers dig through the rubble in freezing cold weather, hoping to find survivors. Correspondent Cami McCormick.
In the Syrian city of Aleppo,
it's now a race against time.
World Health Organization Chief Tedros Ghebreyesus says many areas.
We're especially concerned about areas where we do not yet have information.
Damage mapping is being conducted to understand where the focus should be. Search teams are arriving from around the world. Turkey's president has declared a 3-month state of emergency. President Biden says he hopes to have a conversation with the American people during tonight's State of the Union address. Our new CBS News poll finds he might be disappointed if they could respond. Deputy Director of Surveys, Jennifer DePinto.
When we asked people to describe the state of the country, they picked the word divided most of all. 62% of Americans said that, and many also said declining and weak. Far fewer, just about one, strong or prospering when describing the country.
The U.S. trade deficit widened in December by 10.5% to its widest gap on record. The Commerce Department says dependence on imports grew as demand for consumer goods and cars picked up. BP Oil is reporting record profits of more than $27 billion for 2022. That's double the year before. Alice Harrison with the nonprofit group Global Witness accuses the industry of profiting from tragedy.
There is the war in the Ukraine, which is a war that's being waged with oil and gas money. And of course, there's the climate crisis. And at the center of all of those crises are a handful of oil and gas companies, even richer.
The judge says prosecutors at Alex Murdaugh's murder trial can use important evidence of financial crimes against the disgraced lawyer. Correspondent Nikki Batiste is in Walterboro, South Carolina.
2 weeks after this trial began, the judge's ruling marks a potential breakthrough for the prosecution. They say Alex Murdaugh was stealing money from his law firm and clients and claim he killed his wife and son to gain sympathy before his alleged fraud came to light.
Health experts are worried the craze over prescription drugs that help you slim down are keeping them out of the hands of diabetics and the severely obese. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says the side effects of Ozempic and
nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Some people really can't tolerate these drugs because the nausea is so bad. It depends. Some people can tolerate them, some people can't.
The Dow's down 107 points. This is CBS News.
This February, reel in a state-of-the-art ice fishing machine at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Saturdays in February from 12 to 9 p.m. The catch of the day is up to $500 premium play. And be there February 11th and 25th at 9:30 p.m. for the chance to take home the grand prize, a Willcraft ice machine. Ice fishing fun, only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Landing.com for complete rules and details.
Your local Zematic dealer works hard to give you every advantage when it comes to your irrigation operations. This year, we're giving you a head start in preparing for the upcoming season by letting you choose between industry-leading interest rates and deep per-tower discounts on a new Zematic pivot. The earlier you act, the better your deal will be. Better deals, better equipment, better season. Better contact your local Zematic dealer today to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com/spring sale for full details.
I studied Spanish in college and never got fluent, but then I tried Babbel.
Want the most effective way to learn another language? Today, Babbel's bite-sized lessons will have you learning another language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel is all conversation-based, so it gets you speaking quickly about things you actually talk about in the real world.
You'll really see a difference in how you can speak and how conversational you can be in just a few weeks.
Babbel isn't just lessons. You can listen to podcasts, play games, watch videos. You can even take live online classes with a language teacher. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel.
The lessons online and in the app make it easy to learn from pretty much anywhere.
University studies have shown that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a semester of college Spanish. If you want to learn a new language, there's no better. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 42 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. An Aranet County man has died after the UTV he was riding fell through the ice Friday afternoon. Emergency responders were called to Forest Lake in Moffett Township for reports of a person who fell through the ice around 3 p.m. They found an enclosed side-by-side with only the front visible above the water. The driver of the vehicle managed to escape and call for help, but the passenger was still trapped inside. Firefighters and law enforcement personnel recovered the vehicle but did not find the passenger. On Saturday morning, state police divers recovered the man's body. The incident remains under investigation. Hemlock Semiconductor Operations is providing up to 30 full scholarships for Great Lakes Bay Region high school students interested in attending Michigan Technological University's Engineering Scholars Summer Youth Program from July 23rd to the 28th. The more than $1,200 scholarship will cover tuition, classroom supplies, housing, meals, and round-trip charter bus Great Lakes Bay Region to Michigan Tech's campus in Houghton in the Upper Peninsula. Applications will be accepted from high school students in Midland, Saginaw, Bay, or Gratiot counties until 5 p.m. April 9th. The Engineering Scholars Program offers students in grades 9 through 11 full immersion in a week-long exploration of mechanical, electrical, computer, biomedical, and other types of engineering. In addition, participants will hear from guest speakers and engage in hands-on project work. For more information and a link to the application, visit hscpoly.com/news. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
From the SVRC Marketplace, located at 203 South Washington, right on Riverfront Saginaw. Open up your heart to supporting small business during Love Month. Global flavors, American favorites, and retail therapy. Mark those calendars for our Saginaw Riverfront Beer Fest, February 11th, or Kids and Kisses events, February 17th, with tickets now available. Need a rental space? Check out the Marketplace. We thank you for the continued support of our small businesses. Remember to shop local, eat local, support small business, and we will see you at the market. This is Rachel from the boardroom located inside the SVRC Marketplace, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., offering lunch specials, full bar, everyday happy hour with over 20 Michigan and local orders on Riverfront. Come celebrate your love with us February 18th for our Cocktails and Kisses at the Boardroom ticketed event. Did you know we offer food and alcohol catering for all types of events, even off-site? Contact us at 989-751-0133 for more information. Get on board and support small.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. Police believe bomb threats at Metro Detroit Walmart stores may be linked to a national scheme. Michigan News Network's John Hewitt has more in this report.
The first of the Walmart stores to receive a threatening call was the Canton Township outlet on Michigan Avenue, when shortly after 7 a.m., a male caller threatened to set off if his ransom demands were not met. Store management immediately called police. Here's Canton Police Chief Chad Baugh.
We didn't have any idea about how accurate the information was, but we felt we had to vet it. And we worked with the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, who provided some bomb dogs, detection dogs, and they came out and assisted us, made sure there was no bomb in the building.
There wasn't, and the store did reopen, but a short time later, around 11 a.m., Walmart outlets on South Adams Road in Rochester Hills and Highland Road in White Lake Township received similar threatening. And sweeps there, with the help of ATF agents, also found no explosives. The investigation into who is responsible, with the help of state and federal law enforcement, continues.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer is expected to release details of a new budget plan later this week. Expected to be included in the budget is the expansion of a popular Michigan college program. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist made the visit to Wayne Community College to talk about Michigan Reconnect. It offers a tuition-free associate's degree or skills certificate for those who apply. Launched in 2021, Whitmer recently called for the eligibility age to be lowered to 21. Had to rush to Saginaw Bay Monday evening after getting reports of more than a dozen people stranded on an ice floe. Of the 14 people rescued, 12 were airlifted by the Detroit sector's helicopter, and 2 others were rescued by the Huron County airboat. They were stranded from 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. Public Affairs Officer Adib Ahmad says safe ice can be a common misconception. WSGW News Time 10:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see cloudy skies here for today with a high into the mid-40s. Breezy winds out of the south around 20 to 20. Gusting as high as 35. And for tonight, mostly cloudy and low near 29. Wednesday, sunshine, high 42 degrees. Then by Thursday, a chance for rain showers here. Cloudy, high around 47. Friday, a slight chance for snow here late. Cloudy skies, a high around 36 degrees. Then by Saturday, plenty of blue skies and sun, a high of 34. Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 43. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 40.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Indeed, Westside Decorating Center is our sponsor. 5789 State Street in Saginaw. And they have a newly expanded showroom where you can find everything you need for home decorating. We talk quite often about veterans, a lot of times about veterans services, and we have another such fair coming up, a wellness fair, if you will. And it's going to be at the YMCA in Saginaw. We're going to find out about it this morning. We have a couple of folks from the Y with us. First of all, we say good morning to Andrea Norton. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Art. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks. Glad to have you with us. And also with us is Cindy Davies. Cindy, good morning.
Good morning, Art. And I'm with the Y, and Andrea is with the VA.
Yep, and you got a bad echo, so I don't know what you're doing, but we have an echo that we're going to have to fix somehow.
We just separated.
There we go. That sounds better. All right, let's start with what's happening at the Y, because this is for the benefit of veterans. So tell us about it.
Okay, so we have a lot of things with the Y. We've got a really great collaboration partnership with the VA. So we have our Veteran Health and Wellness Expo, which is partnered with the VA, and it's Wednesday, February 15th from 10 to 1. It's open to the public, but it is veteran-focused. So if you know a vet, or you are married to a vet, or you are a vet, come on down. And Andrea, you want to tell them about some of the stuff?
Yes, thank you, Cindy. And I'm a veteran myself, and I know that these services, I use them. I get my care at the VA as well, and I use a lot of these services. We have women's health. We have our MOVE program, which is our weight loss program. I know that's a topic a lot of people are really in the new year getting focused on their health and wellness. We have our homeless services, our whole health program. So a lot of our integrated care services like yoga, Tai Chi, a lot of those things will be on display. So especially for those who haven't maybe been to the VA, or thinking about getting their care, this would be a great opportunity to get exposure to a lot that the VA has to offer. So if you've served or if you are a family member of someone who served, I definitely encourage you to check it out and get some resources.
Cindy, how many vendors do you expect?
We have over 40 right now.
So give us an idea of the types of services. What are people going to see when they get there? What's a veteran going to find?
So they're going to, as Andrea touched on, the MOVE organization from the VA, the homeless program, the drum circle, the care support program, whole health, suicide prevention, women's health, eligibility, the vet center, intimate partner violence. We have a whole lot of other veteran programs, but we also have civilians that are offering all kinds of things for veterans for hospice or home health care, any kind of health needs that they have. Any civilian vendors as well.
Are there any medical screenings at this, or is this strictly informational?
It's mostly informational. There is, we're going to have, I shudder to tell you, we're going to have some massage therapists there along with the Tai Chi and yoga. I figured that might get some folks out.
Sounds good to me. Andrea, let me ask, how is the VA doing in this area? We'll talk about the Neil Lutz Hospital in particular. How are we doing in serving vets? We know for years there were a lot of negative stories, particularly out of the Southwest, but we seem to be doing better around here. Is that my perception? Is it correct?
Well, I think often you hear about the negative stories because that is what is going to gather news. But I mean, our VA specifically, we do have some very high patient satisfaction. I think, people that come to the Saginaw VA, especially, there's a smaller, kind of more family-like atmosphere. So I think we've really expanded quite a bit of services over the years. I know even when I first sought services at the VA as a women veteran in 2008, there wasn't a women veteran program manager at the time. There is now. We've expanded our women's health services. The whole health program, though, definitely I think is really cutting edge. A lot of the integrated care, things that you wouldn't think of the VA, like acupuncture and aromatherapy and all those and different meditation protocols. A lot of those things that, people don't think about the VA is offering. I always say it's not your father's VA. If you haven't revisited in a while, or if you've maybe you did have a bad experience back in the 90s and you haven't come back. I would always encourage people to give it another shot and see what has changed and how much has improved, because I do think Saginaw definitely stands up.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you've also partnered with some local medical facilities, right? And doctors?
As far as
treatment and
we
services?
have certainly, if we do not have the service at Saginaw, because like I said, it is a smaller facility, so not all the services are going to be in Saginaw. So we partner with the other VA medical centers for some of the bigger hospitals in Detroit and Ann Arbor and Battle Creek for some services here, or we also have community care. So if there's different eligibility criteria, but if there's a veteran, if the service isn't here in Saginaw, we will look to see where we can get that veteran cared for in the community and then coordinate that care. Make sure that, everything is is running smoothly, that those veterans are not getting billed for that care, that we are purchasing that care for them in the community. So we will have folks from our community care office that will have even more information on that if that is something of interest for folks. We really just want to make sure that we're taking care of the veteran and their family.
Cindy, remind everybody again as to when and where and cost, if any.
There is no cost, and it's at the Saginaw YMCA, which is at 1915 Fordney here in Saginaw. The Y loves our vets. We have a lot of programs, which you'll find out about coming to the expo. We've got a lot of handouts for the stuff we do here at the Y. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me at 989-753-7721, extension 212.
All right, Cindy. And Andrea, if someone, a vet or anyone else needs more information about the Lutz facility or the VA in general, where should they go?
Well, I would recommend if it's in person, to come right to the VA Medical Center on Weiss Street at 1500 Weiss and talk to one of our eligibility specialists, or I'm willing to get my phone number out there to make sure that I can connect folks in whatever way I can. And that number is 989-497-2500, extension 12466. But that 497-2500 number is the main line, so any service can be accessed in our hospital through that switchboard line.
Well, very good. Again, 10 to 1 is 15th of February, a Wednesday, at the Y in Saginaw. Ladies, thanks for being with us today and telling us about it. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir. Thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome. Hope you do well. Thanks a lot.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye now. All right, again, it's a wellness fair designed for veterans, open to the public, on February 15th, 10 to 1 at the YMCA of Saginaw. We will be back with open phones for the remainder of the hour.
For almost 25 years, Linex has been the only place to go for quality spray-on bed liner. But did you know they also offer rust proofing and undercoating?
Their exclusive process will keep your new or used vehicle protected.
The guys at Linex have the only wax-based rust proofing and military spec undercoat to ensure years of protection.
In fact, all new vehicles protected will get a lifetime warranty. No yearly touch-ups required.
And because their rust proofing process is wax-based, you won't have dripping or mess to clean up later. Rust proof your car, truck, or SUV and protect it year-round.
Linex is located on Wilder Road in Bay City. Give them a call at 989-671-9820.
Remember, your new car, truck, or SUV gets a lifetime warranty with no yearly touch-up required.
Again, the number in Bay City is 989-671-9820. That's 989-671-9820.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Investors are waiting for an update on the economy today from Fed Chair Jerome Powell. He'll be speaking in Washington hours before President Biden's State of the Union speech this evening is expected to put the spotlight on economic recovery. Microsoft is holding a surprise event today expected to be in relation to a fusion of the ChatGPT artificial intelligence service and its search engine Bing. BP scaling back plans to reduce fossil fuel production because it believes the transition to renewable energy will take longer. Royal Caribbean's holiday quarter was better than predicted, a promising outlook as bookings for the cruise liner exceed pre-pandemic levels. DuPont earnings topped forecasts, though the chemical giant is reporting slowing demand in both tech and construction. And Boeing revealing plans to reduce finance and human resources with about 2,000 job cuts this year. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Matt Napolitano, invested in you.
It's Jesse Kelly here. I can't afford to lose 30% of my 401k or IRA again, and I'm assuming you can't either. Call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it easy as one app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today to learn more about the 123 protection plan. 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD.
Why do I like to work at Alpha Media Saginaw? Endless opportunities.
Fun work environment.
Flexible schedules. Alpha Media Saginaw is expanding their marketing department and looking for the right team player to continue to help local businesses grow through on-air and digital campaigns. We offer flexible schedules, full benefits, and paid holidays. If you have a passion for sales and love building relationships in the community, contact General Sales Manager Carrie Gustafson at 989-752-3456 or apply online at alphamediausa.com/careers.
Alpha Media is an EEO employer.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
On Saturday, February 11th, the Disability Network of MidMichigan presents Feathers and Fedoras. It's a roaring 20s gala to benefit independent living programs for people with disabilities. Grab your silk top hat, your best flapper dress, and prepare to foxtrot the night away with dance music by Stone Street Revival. Find Lady Luck at the casino. Hit the speakeasy for Giggle Waters. Feathers and Fedoras, Saturday, February 11th at the Doubletree in Bay City. For information, Feathers and Fedoras box you'll find online at WSGW.com.
Hi, this is Mike Avery. You know you can hear my outdoor magazine show Sunday mornings, 9 till noon on WSGW. But now there's another option. Saturday morning, 6 till 9. Tune in for the latest outdoor news and information, hunting and fishing tips, wildlife and conservation issues, even some wild game cooking. That's Outdoor Magazine now on Saturday mornings too, 6 till 9. Right here on WSGW 790 AM and 100.5 FM.
On the next monthly Van Camp and Robin show, the White House says you just don't understand how great the been to the grocery store.
Markley, Van Camp and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, and open phones for the remainder of the hour. Governor Whitmer and her State of the State address outlined a whole bunch of tax overhaul proposals. One of them, the Working Families Tax Credit. Michigan has had a state Working Families Tax Credit, or it's similar to the Earned Income Tax Credit of the federal government. She calls it the Working Families Tax Credit, and it's at 6%, and that is one of the least generous in the country, according to this article in the Detroit Free Press. So she wants to expand that program. In addition to that, they want to roll back pension tax changes that were made into law under Governor Snyder. And the latest proposal, and this is good news that they're able to do this in Lansing. The original proposal would have been to roll back the pension taxes on those receiving a public pension, but not private. And the Republicans said they would not accept that. And the governor on Monday said the latest proposal would provide equal exemptions for a certain level of retirement income, whether it comes from public or private retirement plans, which should give her some support from Republicans. We'll see where it goes and what happens. It still has to work its way through the legislature. But it's apparently going to affect most everyone getting some kind of a pension. To our phones, Carl is in Saginaw. Carl, good morning. Morning, Carl.
Yes, hello.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you now.
Okay. Yesterday you were talking about this Michigan law for third graders, holding them back for reading.
Right.
If I understand that, schools can still hold students back, if they believe that's in the best interest of the student. They can still do that. What they're talking about is changing a law from Lansing requires a one-size-fits-all solution to a problem. And in the past, Art, you've always said you don't like it when Lansing tells local schools what to do. Well, they're saying let local schools decide these things.
Yep. I agree with you. And I probably wasn't as clear as I should have been yesterday. I do think that there should be a reasonable test of reading proficiency in order to advance. But I also agree with you that it should be a local decision. Schools should make those decisions. I have said many, many times in the past, and I know you've heard me, I'm not in favor of federal and state departments of education that dictate to the local communities what education should be. Why are they any smarter than anybody else?
Well, that's what this law was.
And I understand that. I
maybe well-intentioned.
Exactly. Because I believe in the premise that you should be able to read before you advance. However, I do agree with you. The decision should be local.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay. And as far as the weather balloon, it seems to me a little bit. Some people are trying to make a mountain out of a molehill here. It's like there's some people who just get outraged about everything. Every week they're outraged about, M&Ms or gas stoves, or now it's weather balloons. It's just like it's just.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. If it were a weather balloon, I'd say, yeah, probably. We don't know if it's a weather balloon. Everybody doesn't seem to think so. They seem to think that it's a spy balloon, and I have a feeling our Defense Department has enough information on it to probably be able to confirm that. That's a different character.
Well,
I mean, that addresses the sovereignty of your country, doesn't it?
Yes, but it happens all the time.
Should it? Well, when do you stop it? How do you stop it?
Well, are we going to stop spying on other countries too?
No, heck no. But
of course not.
But if we get caught with one technique, we'll find a different one, won't we?
Yeah, and
let's be honest about it.
We use sophisticated satellites.
Yeah, so that's what the Chinese can't do that.
Yes, they can. But it seems to me, Art, a weather balloon, very hard to direct which direction it goes.
See, you're back to
where it's going to fly.
You're back to weather balloon. So you're believing the Chinese.
Well, a balloon. Direct a balloon.
It can have directional. No, the payload package could have directional rockets on it. Small little
What?
Tiny rockets that control direction. Very possible.
Not when it's up. Not when it's up at that altitude.
Of course it
Tiny
could.
Little rockets are not going to change its course.
You don't think so? How do you think they control satellites?
They're not in an atmosphere. They're not a balloon.
So in an atmosphere,
they're in space.
In an atmosphere, it'd be easier. There's resistance.
Well, I don't know. It just doesn't. It just seems to me there's a part of our country who just wants to be outraged about something every day. You know, they just can't wait for the next thing to be indignant about and stomp their feet and hyperventilate.
But let me tell you something, Carl. That part of the population that's outraged changes with the party in power.
Well, it seems very selective to me.
All right.
You know, so
good enough.
You know, I just wish people would relax a little bit and just take a deep breath, for heaven's sake.
All right. Good enough. Thanks.
All right. Thanks,
Take
Art.
care. Bye-bye. And let's talk to Kim in Bay City. Kim, good morning.
Good morning. Ooh, you hit the nail right on the head on that one, Art.
About what?
With the party.
Oh, power. Yeah. Depends who's in power,
people,
who's outraged. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not what I was calling about, but I thought, ooh, there you go. Perfect. My comment today has to do with, we hear today about another young kid that's died from heart issues. And there's so many these days that we're hearing about. Did we not hear about them before?
To some degree.
Or because it seems like it's time to start keeping to either confirm or debunk people that are saying, you know, it's from the vaccine. How many of these people were vaccinated? These kids.
That's an easy target.
Right, but it would be good to know, you know, then you could prove, nope, this one wasn't vaccinated, nothing to do with it, you know, undetected from childhood, or actually, wow, all these kids were vaccinated.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I doubt very much if we'll find out, but B, I'm not ready for that theory yet that the vaccine is the bad guy.
How many will pass away though before you'd be ready then to know? You know, just that they should start.
How am I going to know? How are you going to know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, that's it. Exactly. Yeah, that may be true, but I doubt very much if we're ever going to know all the details.
Oh, they don't want us to know is what I'm afraid.
Well,
sorry, Carl.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Good enough,
okay,
Kim.
Have a good day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Lines open for you, 989-752-6111, the number to call and participate.
Hi, this is Jessica, and we're where you are. These are more than just words in our jingle. At United Financial Credit Union, we are here for you with our full range of digital products, so you can easily take the credit union anywhere you go. Open your new account on a $500 gas card. From youth accounts to retirement accounts to business accounts, we can help you with all of your financial needs. Not a member? Why not? It's never been easier to open an account. And for a limited time, you can be entered to win a $500 gas card. It's time for you to check out your local friendly credit union and see how we will put you first.
Requirements federally insured by the NCUA.
We're where you work, where you live. United Financial Credit Union. Serving the Valley communities.
Let me tell you about the Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch. Are you looking for a place that will satisfy the food cravings of the entire family? Well, look no further. At the Lumberjack, you're sure to enjoy the food and company, all while getting a pure up-north dining experience. With an array of entrees, burgers, omelets, desserts, and more, it's a sure thing that there's something for everyone. Is sure to have you coming back for more. So head up north to the Lumberjack Restaurant of West Branch, exit 212, I-75.
It came in waves, ruthlessly eliminating the toughest, hard-to-kill grassy weeds in wheat. Everest 3.0 herbicide delivers superior flush-after-flush control of what tails. And Everest 3.0 is registered for use on yellow foxtail, barnyard grass, Japanese brome, and key broadleaf weeds that can invade your wheat and rob your yields. Ask your retailer about Everest 3.0. Always read and follow label directions.
At UPL, we're reimagining sustainability with our opening new doors to grower productivity through innovation and collaboration. Our growing portfolio of crop protection solutions includes tried and true workhorse products and innovative new biosolutions to help maximize ROI and minimize risk. From pre-plant to post-harvest, UPL will be. That's our promise.
Your local Zematic dealer works hard to give you every advantage when it comes to your irrigation operations. This year, we're giving you a head start in preparing for the upcoming season by letting you choose between industry-leading interest rates and deep per-tower discounts on a new Zematic pivot. The earlier you act, the better your deals, better equipment, better season. Better contact your local Zematic dealer today to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com/spring sale for full details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter. Free.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-826-9895. That's 800-826-9895. 800-826-9895.
The WSGW Morning Team.
WSW Online poll, the gun reforms in Michigan, and Governor Whitmer's recent State of the outline the policies regarding firearms. The governor said lawmakers should enact universal background check requirements for people who want to buy firearms. Wants to create a safe storage standard for guns at home and pass extreme risk protection orders, the red flag laws. The governor said,
and I want to be very clear, I'm not talking about law-abiding citizens, hunters, and responsible gun owners from both sides of the aisle. No, we need to get these comments across the finish line.
Poll question for you is this: what gun reforms would you support or not support? Your answer choices are based on the 3 proposals that the governor referenced. And we've given you a chance to say you support them all, or you don't support any, or a combination of the 3. Vote by going to WSW.com and scroll down the homepage and find the poll box.
Your Morning Team. Charlie, Denise, and Pat. 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. Broadcasting from the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios. This is WSG.
All right, back with you on the Art Lewis Show. And back to our phones. Up at Bay City, we find Gary this morning. Gary, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Hey, Art, I'm wondering about this American Rescue Plan. If you've had your income taxes done for the federal yet this year.
I did. It's all done.
Did you notice any different if you're over 65 or blind?
In what way?
The standard deduction.
Oh.
If my wife and I are in our mid-70s.
Yeah.
If this year's standard deductions for over 65 and blind would have been like last year, our total deduction would have been $25,900. But because of Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan, this year's deduction is $2,800.
Say that.
Which leads to much higher taxes, and we're nowhere near $400,000 earners.
I didn't notice that. I'll have to go back and take a look.
Yeah, people should be talking about it for, him lying.
Yeah, I'm over 65, but I don't have the other ailments. But I'll have to go back.
It isn't and, it's or. If you're over 65 or you're blind.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go take a look.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I will take a look. It's interesting because I always take the standard deduction. I take the standard deduction, and I didn't notice my taxes to be very different this year. I mean, I'm always in the neighborhood of revenue neutral. I have enough taken out to cover the taxes, but I don't have enough taken out to get a big refund. I'm always somewhere in the, within 100 or 200 of neutral. And that's the way I like it. I don't want them spending my money when I can't. So, but
we used to be that.
Yeah,
we used to be that way, but this year we're not. And the CPA that did our taxes is thanks to the American Rescue Plan, and it's because of the standard. It used to allow 2 if you were, married and filing jointly, and then another 2 if you were over 65 or blind. But now the over 6.
I'm glad you brought it up. I'll go look.
Be surprised.
Yeah, I'll go look.
Yeah. And please broadcast it when you find it. Would you please? The Republicans should be talking about it.
Yeah, if I find it, I will. All righty. Take
you.
care. Bye-bye now. Yep,
Bye.
We'll be back.
If you're a sugar beet grower or industry professional, here's a Michigan Sugar Company will be having a first ever Sugar Beet Summit on Thursday, February 9th at SVSU's Curtis Hall. Several speakers will talk on a variety of topics involving production agriculture and operating the family farm now and in the future. Keynote speakers will be Dr. Corey Guza and in-life meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. This event is free and lunch will be provided. Register today at michigansugar.com and click on the registration link.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
Recently, I was working with a member to purchase an auto loan and saw an opportunity to help them save some money. By refinancing car debt, we were able to save them over $600 a month. This is one of the many ways that we deliver outstanding service to our members.
Delivering marvelous experiences, saving members money, providing personalized service, going the extra mile. That's Wildfire Credit Union. It's what we do every day. Find out for yourself. Call 800-227-2328. Click on wildfirecu.org or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you, always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. These are actual examples of savings and not guaranteed in every situation.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out all of our half-off deals going on right now from Applied Training Solutions, Daylight Outfitters, Super Cute, Salon Blue, the Bubble Tea Brew House, and Style Encore. All of these deals are half off. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now and snag your deal before they sell out.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, with enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask
for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Are you a do-it-yourselfer or a direct-it-yourselfer?
Every weekend, people tell us about overspending on projects they could have handled themselves for lots less money.
And we hear from people who ended up overspending because they tried to do something they should have called in a pro to tackle.
Well, we'll help you sort it out. I'm Tom Cor.
Ready? Got a remodeling or a repair project?
We can help you decide whether to do it yourself or direct it yourself this weekend on the Money Pit Home Improvement Radio Show.
Saturday mornings at 9 on WSGW.
And we return back to our phones. Susan is in Bay City. Susan, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Art. Nice to speak with you.
Same here.
You know, I can't believe how bad our country is getting going down the drain. How fast in the last 2 years or more there. And then we have the censure in One American News, which really ticked me off. I used to watch the Trump rallies on there. And of course, now I have to pick it up some way other than that. But President Trump on his last rally there, he stated that I don't know how many Americans really are understanding that Biden is leading us down the path for World War III. And, you know, I had felt that way before he said it. And then it was kind of like, oh, my God, you know, that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, and we had a stable country. And now everybody's, I mean, I think between Ukraine and Russia and China, it's a soup disaster for us to enter into all this chaos again. And I just can't believe that people voted for that idiot and what's happening.
Well, I'm going to disagree a little bit with you because what's happening and where we are today has been incremental over the last couple of decades. I mean, it's not just, we didn't wake up today and all of a sudden find ourselves here. This has been going on a long time. I will give President Trump credit for standing up to China and everyone. And everyone. He had no fear. There was no doubt about it. But the fact is, this has been coming on for a long time. And I don't think the current administration is doing anything to mitigate it. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. We've got people pouring across our borders. We've got everybody ready to start World War III. We've got censorship up the wazoo, you know, and the police defunding. You know, it's another thought I had. Whenever anything goes wrong at the school or test scores or whatever, what do? The government, everything is throw more money at the schools. I mean, if you really take your taxes and break it down, oh my Lord, the money that.
Yeah.
Well, but the minute there's a police shooting, what the police take more money away from
the communities that tried to do that have undone it because they realized it was a mistake.
Yeah, it's the union too. The teachers have a very strong union, and I don't know, maybe the police need to get somebody in their back pocket because we need money to start going back to our military and our police forces, and that is never going to happen under Democratic leadership.
No, but the public gets fed up. They'll change the leadership. That's what happens. It always does.
Yeah, you know, and it's easy to say that, but then if you watch the video or whatever you want to say, the documentary of 1,000 Mules. Wow, it's how many our elections are not. They're not honest anymore. And so everybody got tired of President Trump talking about it. But by George, you watch that documentary, 1,000 people stuffed in those boxes at midnight, and you understand.
Well, we're not. That horse is long gone. It's out of the barn, and you're not going to close the door. You're not going to get it back in the barn. The door's closed. So move on.
But all our elections in the future, the same games are going to be played.
Good enough, Susan. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. Let's talk to Joe in Bay City. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Thanks for finding some minutes for me.
Yep.
Run through a couple of things real quick. I want to talk about the Delta possible name change.
Okay.
And,
go ahead. Start there.
Okay. Obviously, the leadership there are woke, and they think that the pioneers, I guess, are a bunch of white honkies going around the country and nobody else doing anything. But when you look at pioneers, let's look at the black community. And let's look at some of the people who were pioneers, the Thurgood Marshall, Ben Carson in his field, the first black astronaut. And you can go up and down that list the last 100 years, and you can point to these pioneers that were black that have done great things.
Pioneer is a neutral word. It is a gender, racial, religious neutral word. There are pioneers in all groups.
So the woke people don't look at it that way, though, and that's the problem.
Well, hopefully nothing will come of it.
Well, I will tell Delta this if they're listening. My wife and I, we enjoy giving a little money to Delta every year.
Yep.
And if this is the route they're taking, we will not be giving to Delta anymore because we cannot support that kind of leadership. So, second thing is, let me on Biden. And this is my opinion. I think Biden lied. I gave the order to shoot it down Wednesday as soon as it was safe. If he did say that, why didn't he say that to the American public the same day? Because that would have taken the heat off him. But no.
Yeah,
he went three days with people bad-mouthing him for no reason, if in fact that were true.
That is one of the big negatives here is the fact they did not communicate well with the American public.
I don't think Biden gave the order on Wednesday.
Well, that's a speculation.
That's my opinion because
that's good enough.
It would have been another thing.
No more. I got one more caller I got to get to.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later, Joe. Take care.
I'll save that for later.
All right. Bye-bye now. And our last caller, Alan in Saginaw. Alan, good morning. Saginaw Township.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Wanted to respond to that fellow who called in about his income taxes and how the amounts. Okay, I'm looking at the IRS website right now, looking at the so on. And number one, the standard deduction this year is $25,900 for married filing jointly. And then for the situation he's in, on the where you compute for people who are older or blind, that figure is $28,700 this year for a couple. It's not $2,800. It's $28,000.
Aha! So it did not go down.
It did not.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, this would be headline news.
Well, it would be. I started thinking about it after the call, and that's where I was headed with it too. That if it had gone down, we would have been hearing it all over the place because the hue and cry would have been phenomenal. So it's 28,000, not 2,800. That's good.
That's correct. Yeah.
That's good. All right. Well, I appreciate the research.
Yeah. Well, unless he's speaking of something that I'm overlooking
well,
at this moment.
That's the thing about it. Taxes are so individual. Who knows what the situation is?
Yeah.
You don't. But I'm glad you looked.
But yeah, if I'm understanding what he said, then these figures are still in line with what we
Excellent.
have dealt with. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Alan. Have a good one.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too.
All right, that's going to do it for the show. We'll take our last break, come back and close out.
Cool Cool in the Gang, March 18th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night.
Tickets start at $40 and are on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office and etix.com. Bring in the party. Get down on Cool in the Gang, March 18th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Party hard, throw down harder. More at SoaringEagleCasino.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is from the Highway Brew branch. You're going to get a $20 gift certificate for only $10. The Highway Brewing Company has 6 flagship brews and rotating seasonal offerings, all brewed on site. They also offer a carefully curated cocktail menu that highlights Michigan spirits. Head over to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds that powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
All right, that wraps up the hour. We'll have focus for you next hour. We're going to focus on the Feathers and Fedoras upcoming fundraiser for the Disability Network of MidMichigan. Kelly Pelong will be with us. Meantime, stick around. We've got news from CBS to bring you up to date on the world and the nation. We'll bring you up to date on the region and the state. Like a perch in the newsroom. All of that coming up on WSGW.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. It's bitter cold. Debris is everywhere in southern Turkey after the earthquake and aftershocks that brought down buildings and killed more than 5,000 people. CBS's Chris Livesay reports on the effort to find survivors.
It's a battle against both time and temperatures plummet, along with the chances of survival. The region bordering Syria is the epicenter of both the earthquake and a refugee crisis, where millions have escaped the destruction of war, only to find destruction again by another name. The White Helmets, volunteer rescuers seasoned by the war in Syria, pry out young Ahmed, a displaced child, and bring him to safety. My darling, they say, to comfort him. Come on, my darling.
Well, CBS's Cammie McCormick has more on American assistance.
2 U.S. search and rescue teams are heading to Turkey, and in a phone call today with his Turkish counterpart, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin pledged ongoing U.S. assistance as the needs evolve. Of Incirlik Air Base, where 2,000 U.S. troops are based.
Ohio's governor says it's not clear when evacuated residents might be able to return home to the area where officials released and burned toxic chemicals from the wreckage of a derailed train. President Biden delivers the State of the Union address tonight. CBS News Deputy Director of Elections and Surveys, Jennifer DePinto.
The president will likely tout successes, but the American public needs some convincing. Right now, on key measures like the economy, inflation, and gas prices, more think his policies are making things worse than better. And it's not just Republicans who are critical. Most independents see Biden's policies as negatively impacting these issues, too.
Well, CBS's David Martin reports the Navy has identified 12 areas of debris in the Atlantic in the hunt for Chinese balloon wreckage. 4 are considered major. Just days after the U.S. military shoot down of that spy balloon, the House assessing the threat from China.
We have to stop being naive about the threat we face from China.
Committee Chairman Mike Rogers. CBS's Wendy Gillette tells us the latest big company shedding jobs is in the aircraft industry.
Boeing has announced 2,000 job cuts in the company's finance and human resources departments, but it says its overall workforce will actually grow by 10,000 this year, mostly in engineering and manufacturing. The Seattle Times reports a third of the slashed jobs will be outsourced to a company in India.
Ticket resale prices are sky high for tonight's Lakers game in LA against Oklahoma City. LeBron James is 36 points from becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 145 points. This is CBS News.
Your local Zematic dealer works hard to give you every advantage operations. This year, we're giving you a head start in preparing for the upcoming season by letting you choose between industry-leading interest rates and deep per-tower discounts on a new Zematic Pivot. The earlier you act, the better your deal will be. Better deals, better equipment, better season. Better contact your local Zematic dealer today to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. See your local dealer or visit lindsay.com/spring sale for full details.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh and Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered individuals through AA Wealth Management, LLC.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out all of our half-off deals going on right now from Applied Training Solutions, Daylight Outfitters, Super Cute, Salon Blue, the Bubble Tea Brew House, and Style Encore. All of these deals are half off. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now and snag your deal before they sell out.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
This week, Staples has deals so good, you're going to want to sit down. Are you sitting? I'll wait. Great. Right now during Staples Sit-a-thon, select chairs are more than 50% off. Like the leather Vortex gaming chair, now just $119.99 at Staples. You save $140. Plus, an 80 count of Lysol disinfecting wipes is only $1.99. So take a seat or two. The working, learning, and saving store. Offers end to 11. Share offer valid in-store and online. Lysol in-store only. While supplies last.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 34 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Kirchup. There's a heavy police presence at Newville Catholic High School in Saginaw Township. The school was placed in secure mode earlier this morning following what is reported as a threat. Police are actively clearing the building. There are no confirmed reports of what is happening, though multiple news outlets are reporting similar instances in several schools around. It's likely the threats are hoaxes known as swatting, though police are treating it as an active situation. State Police, Saginaw County Sheriff's deputies, and Saginaw Township Police are on the scene. We will have more information as the story develops. A Saginaw Chippewa tribal member was shot by police in Mount Pleasant Saturday, but details about that incident are scarce. According to police, a suspect was shot by a tribal police officer in the area of Pickard and Brown Streets near the Bell Tire Store around 6:30 p.m. Police claim they were pursuing the man and believed the suspect had a gun. He was taken to a local hospital where he remains in stable condition. The family of the suspect have identified him as 32. The family says they've not received any answers from the tribal police department about the incident and have not been allowed to see Pago. The investigation has been turned over to the state police. The U.S. Coast Guard is reminding people that no ice is safe after 14 people were rescued Monday from the Saginaw Bay. The Coast Guard received a report of up to 30 people trapped on an ice floe near Fish Point in Tuscola County, with several in the water. An airboat from Huron County was dispatched along with the Coast Guard helicopters from Detroit and Traverse City. In all, 14 people were rescued and transported by EMS for observation. The Coast Guard says an extended search was conducted to make sure no one else was left on the floe or in the water. DW News Time 11:07.
At Wildfire Credit Union, our team will tell you that everything we do is for our members because it's about you always.
One of my Wildfire coworkers contacted me after 5 p.m. one day. She was working with a member in a rush to meet with a seller of a vehicle she wanted to purchase. I double-checked her loan application right then. I emailed it out to her while she was on her way to the branch so that she could sign electronically. We had her check ready for her when she arrived by 6 p.m. Teamwork makes the dream work. For our member, the dream was finding a car, applying for a loan, and buying it in one day. And the Wildfire team made it work.
Saving them. Personalized service, going the extra mile. That's Wildfire Credit Union. Find out for yourself. Call, click, or come by any Wildfire location to experience banking the way it's supposed to be, where it's about you always. Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
WSGW News Time 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. Attorneys for former Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Schur have filed a request in federal court, again, to get the wrongful death lawsuit against him thrown out. Schur has been charged with murder for shooting and killing motorist Patrick Loyola last year. Schur's attorney argue he is protected by qualified immunity, preventing officers from being sued for actions they took in the line of duty. Loyola's family sued Schur and the city of Grand Rapids, claiming excessive force and a violation of Loyola's Fourth Amendment rights. Some cutbacks are coming at a Vietnamese car maker that plans to sell electric vehicles in the U.S. Here's Autobeat reporter Jeff Gilbert.
VinFast only has 150 U.S. employees, a company calling the cutbacks streamlining. So far, software issues have kept VinFast from delivering a single vehicle to a customer here in the U.S., even as the first boatload of electric SUVs Los Angeles late last year. VinFast is also constructing a plant to build electric vehicles in the U.S.
Gilbert says the initial batch of VinFast vehicle will not be eligible for tax credits because they were built in Vietnam and not the United States. The murder for hire case involving an East Tawas councilman has been dropped. Judge Christopher Martin closed the case after a key witness died in December. It started in October when 65-year-old Michael Mooney was arrested and charged with 2 counts of solicitation of murder. The key witness testified Mooney offered him $100,000 to kill his stepmother and half-brother so he could obtain inheritance money from the... Live reports Mooney's attorney said there wasn't evidence to support the witness' claims. The trial was dismissed without prejudice, meaning they could revisit the case in the future. Investigators say the death of the witness was medical. WSGW News Time 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We'll see cloudy skies here for today with a high into the mid-40s. Breezy winds out of the south around 20 to 25 miles per hour, gusting as high as 35. And for tonight, mostly cloudy and low near 29. 42 degrees. Then by Thursday, a chance for rain showers here. Cloudy high around 47. Friday, a slight chance for snow here late. Cloudy skies, a high around 36 degrees. Then by Saturday, plenty of blue skies and sun, a high of 34. Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 43. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 43.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus. 0.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Focus is presented by RoofMax. That's RoofMax with 2 X's.
Indeed, Focus brought to you by RoofMax, the safe, affordable, and easy alternative to asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at getroofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. RoofMax with 2 X's. Today we're going to learn more about feathers and fedoras for the Disability Network of MidMichigan. And from the network, we say good morning to Terry Robbins. Terry, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being with us. So we've been advertising for quite a while now about the Feathers and Fedoras fundraiser for DNMM. Tell us a little bit about this event and why it's so important to the Disability Network.
Well, it's a really fun evening, and so we like to have a little fun with our community. But it's a Roaring 20s gala, and so we've got hot hors d'oeuvres the first half of the evening, and there's music and dancing. We have a little dance instruction this year again coming back. There's some casino gaming, a live and silent auction. It's just a really fun evening, particularly because everybody that comes dresses up in 20s garb, and we just have a real good evening.
And who
one
are
of
your...
the valuable parts of it? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Continue.
I was just going to say one of the valuable parts for us is that it is our largest fundraiser of the year, and it gives us an opportunity to really support people with disabilities in our community in a variety of ways. So donation really goes a long way to empower people to live the life they choose, and that's really the goal of the evening for us.
And who is the band?
This year we have Stone Street Revival coming back.
Yeah, I knew that. They are fabulous.
Yeah, they do a really great job. Last year we also brought in ballroom dancing with Angela, and she taught us to do the foxtrot and the Charleston, and it was a neat experience. And so she's coming back to do that again for us this year too.
Oh, great. I had somebody call me the other day because they knew the band was playing around. They wanted to know where the band was going to be. So I told them about Feathers and Fedoras. Tell us, as a nation, how are we doing in the way we treat folks with disabilities today? Are we doing better than we did in the past?
We're absolutely doing better than we did in the past. I do think we notice that we have a long way to go. So not only from attitudes and awareness, but even from the point of accessibility in our community. And so that's one of the things we've been focusing on is educating about barriers and obstacles that, there's a lot of ways that we can make the environment accessible that exceeds the requirements in the Americans with Disabilities Act. And until people actually think about that, the different ways that people might need to access their services or their community, then they don't always design them for a variety of needs. And so we just want to raise that awareness.
So tell us a little bit about the Disability Network of MidMichigan. What types of services do you provide?
Well, we've been serving our community for over 30 years. We are a grassroots advocacy organization. We serve 12 counties in Central Michigan at Disability Network of MidMichigan. And so we're an excellent place to come and get resources. A lot of individuals come to us for the first time looking for resources for themselves or a loved one. We have 5 primary services that we can offer to individuals of any age with any disability. So those are independent living skill development, peer support and mentoring, individual and systems advocacy, and then community transition services, because independent living is really the ultimate goal for folks.
Do you receive any support from government at all?
Yeah, we do get a little bit of state funding and some federal funding as well, and those go to fund some of those services. But the need that we see in that, particularly in 12 counties, far exceeds the dollars that are typically in the state budget. So,
how long has the network been together? How long has the network been together?
We've been serving in Michigan since 1990, and the needs in our community have changed, obviously, in that period. And so, one of the things that we are really excited about is our ability to adapt to the changing needs in the community. So, because we're grassroots, we're in community, we're of community, and so as the needs change, we try to be very responsive to that. But we have seen that people with disabilities continue to have some access barriers, and that's been true for the whole 30 years. So we've still got some work to do.
Do you find that some of the individuals with disabilities are hesitant to come forward?
I think sometimes partially because they might not know that there are resources out there that can offer support. And so that's part of the reason we want to make sure we get the word out, because independent living can be an option for a lot of people. And if they just find the right resources and the housing that meets their needs, then they can regain that independent living and be a part of our community.
Do you have access to that housing, or do you help them find that housing?
Yeah, we don't actually have a facility, so we would help people find that. I can tell you that that's one of the largest barriers for people with this independent living is a lack of affordable and accessible housing. That's a great need not only in our community, but across the country.
Yeah, that's getting to be true for everybody, with or without a disability.
Yeah,
hang on. I got to take a break, and we'll come back. Terry, we're talking to Terry Robbins from the Disability Network of MidMichigan. Their Feathers and Fedora fundraiser will be February 11th, coming up this Saturday. We'll tell you more about it and how you can get tickets and all that good stuff when we return here on WSGW.
Join the parade to Mardi Gras Madness at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Get into the New Orleans party spirit, and you can win up to $1,000. Fridays in February from 7 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Earn 1,000 points and play the Mardi Gras kiosk game to win premium play prizes. Then from 1 to 9 p.m., be there for hourly drawings to take home up to $1,000. So come out for Mardi Gras Madness at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace.
RoofMax, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-6751 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Why would you pay full price when you know that you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out all of our half-off deals going on right now from Applied Training Solutions, Daylight Outfitters, Super Cute, Salon Blue, the Bubble Tea Brew House, and Style Encore. All of these deals are half off. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now and snag sell out.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Art Lewis here for WSGW, inviting you to explore America's last frontier, Alaska, from August 30th to September 10th, 2023. You'll fly from Detroit to Fairbanks for the start of a 12-day land and sea adventure. Ride the stern wheel of discovery as you learn about Alaska's history. Then it's on to Denali National Park for a tundra wilderness tour. From Denali, you'll ride a luxury dome rail car to Talkeetna and stay at the Talkeetna Alaskan Lodge. The next day finds you driving to Whittier to board Holland America's New Amsterdam for a 7-night cruise. You'll see Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay, plus stops in Skagway, Juneau, and Ketchikan before sailing the Inside Passage to your final destination of Vancouver, BC. Past experience tells us this will sell out fast. For a brochure, send your address to me and I will forward the brochure to you. Send to artlewis@wsgw.com. That's ARTLEWIS at WSGW.com.
This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios of WSGW.
And welcome back to Focus here on WSGW, talking to Terry Robbins from the Disability Network of MidMichigan. Their big fundraiser coming up this Saturday, Feathers and Fedoras. Let's talk about the wheres, whens, and all the little details about this, Terry. First of all, where is it going to be held?
This year we're having it at the Doubletree in Bay City. It's going to be this Saturday, February at 5:30. And the event goes through till about 10 o'clock.
How much?
Tickets are $50, and that includes the hot hors d'oeuvres, one drink ticket, and all the fun that we have in the evening.
And where does one get tickets?
You can go to our website, which is DN for Disability Network, MM for MidMichigan.org/ FAF for Feathers and Fedoras. Tickets are on there, and you can also sign up for our silent auction, which is live currently. We've got a little over 25 items in our silent auction, and then we have items that will only be at the live auction the night of the event.
So give us an idea of how the evening will proceed. You say it starts at 5:30. So what happens and what's the order of events?
We'll start the night with a cocktail hour, about a half an hour. We'll have drinks, and we'll have hot hors d'oeuvres out for the first half of the evening. There'll be a brief presentation just to give folks an overview of what their donation will be going toward, give you a little more information about our organization, a couple of real life stories so that you can see the impact of those dollars. We've got, as we are going to be offering us music. We'll have a dance floor ready to go. We have two little spots where Dance by Angela is going to give some dance instruction. We've got casino gaming throughout the night, as well as the band playing throughout the night. The silent auction will end about, I think our live auction is going to be at 7:30, and then the silent auction closes at 9 that same night.
And just so everybody understands, this is not a black tie affair. This is a flapper affair, isn't it?
Absolutely.
For lack of a better term.
You got to dust off that fedora, get your pins, and yeah, come ready to have a good time.
And again, it's 5:30 till about 10 o'clock at the DoubleTree. $50 ticket, and the proceeds. This you mentioned. This is your major fundraiser for the year, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and I have to say that we really make that donation go a long way to empower individuals with disabilities to live the lives that they choose. So, from a young person who might need more time or support to learn the skills that they need to live successfully in the community, or an older adult who wants to remain living in their home, at Disability Network, we work really hard to independently in your community, and so your donation really helps that happen.
Let's talk about someone with a disability. If they need help, how do they get it?
Well, we're the great place to start. So when someone comes to our organization, that's the first thing we ask is, what is it that you want to have happen in your life? And then we help to either build up supports to make that happen, or if there's existing resources in their community, it's getting them connected. Because we serve 12 counties, there's different resources in every county. And so even when people are familiar with resources in their community, sometimes finding the right service or program that meets your needs can be really difficult. We find that there are other times where individuals just need help walking through that process. Sometimes things are complicated, whether it's paperwork or just figuring out what you're eligible for. If there's not a program that meets your need in the community, that might be something that we can help create.
And lastly, and this may be the most difficult question, how do you define a disability?
Well, we get that question a lot, and for me, it's a natural part of the human experience. So we know that unusual thing that might happen. In fact, many adults with disabilities in our world were not born with them, so we do acquire them as we age. Or it might be an accident or an illness or an injury, simply doing something in a different way. And so there are often times where we don't think about designing programs or services or even the physical environment to meet a variety of needs, but we all have a variety of ways that we do things. And so looking at the world from all those different perspectives can really be kind of enlightening. So whether it's someone who can't see, whether it's somebody who has difficulty walking, different ways that somebody might communicate with you, there's a variety of just differences in our world. And those are things we need to learn a little bit more about.
Well, again, anybody wants information, they can go to dnmm.org and find out more about the Disability Network of MidMichigan. Terry, thanks for being with us today, and good luck with Feathers and Fedoras.
Thanks. We hope to see you Saturday.
I originally planned to attend because for a couple of reasons. One, to support the organization, but B, the band is phenomenal. Instead, I'm going to be on an airplane, so I can't make it. But I'm going to try and work around that next year. All right. Terry, thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Have a good one. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Terry Robbins from the Disability Network of Mid-Michigan, we thank you for joining us. We'll be back to close out after these notes.
Liberty Bridge is your gateway to work, school, downtown, and the Midland Street Business District. Enjoy all the benefits of Liberty Bridge for free until April.